The Vikings were seafaring people from the Scandinavian regions, modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, who rose to prominence during the late 8th to early 11th centuries, a period often called the Viking Age, circa 793 to 1066 CE. Their civilization was rooted in a mix of tribal societies, each led by chieftains or kings. Vikings were known for their maritime skills, which allowed them to travel widely across Europe, Asia, and even North America, leaving a lasting impact on trade, warfare, and cultural exchange. Society and social structure. Viking society was hierarchical but flexible. At the top were the kings and jarls, noblemen, followed by freemen, farmers, merchants, and craftsmen, and at the bottom were thralls, slaves captured during raids or born into servitude. Women in Viking society had relatively more rights than in many contemporary cultures. They could own property, inherit land, and manage households independently if their husbands were absent. Despite the social hierarchy, a strong sense of community and kinship influenced daily life and decision-making. Daily life and economy. Most Vikings were farmers, growing crops like barley, rye, and oats, and raising livestock such as cattle, sheep, and pigs. Fishing and hunting supplemented their diet. Trade was vital to their economy. Vikings exchanged goods like furs, amber, iron, and walrus ivory for silver, wine, and luxury items from distant lands. Their longships enabled efficient travel across rivers and seas, making trade, raiding, and exploration central to their way of life. Villages often consisted of longhouses made of wood and turf, reflecting the practical needs of harsh northern climates. Maritime mastery. The hallmark of Viking civilization was their exceptional shipbuilding and navigation skills. The longship, a sleek, shallow draft vessel, allowed Vikings to sail across open seas, navigate shallow rivers, and launch swift raids along coasts. Vikings also used the sun, stars, and landmarks for navigation and were among the first Europeans to explore the North Atlantic, reaching Iceland, Greenland, and even parts of North America. Their mastery of the seas facilitated both commerce and conquest. Raiding and warfare. Vikings are often remembered as fierce warriors. Raiding monasteries, towns, and villages across Europe, they took wealth, slaves, and resources. However, their raids were not random, they were strategic and often targeted areas with weak defenses. Viking warfare relied on skillful hand-to-hand combat, axes, swords, and shields. Despite their reputation for violence, many Vikings also served as mercenaries in foreign armies, integrating into local societies over time. Religion and beliefs. Before converting to Christianity, Vikings practiced a polytheistic religion centered on Norse gods such as Odin, Thor, and Freyja. Their beliefs emphasized courage, honor, and fate, with the concept of Valhalla rewarding fallen warriors in the afterlife. Rituals, sacrifices, and storytelling through sagas preserved their mythology and cultural values. After the 10th century, Christian influences grew through trade, conquest, and missionary work, gradually transforming Viking spiritual life. Art, culture, and literature. Viking art was intricate and symbolic, often depicting animals, mythological scenes, and geometric patterns. They excelled in wood carving, metalwork, and textiles. The Vikings also had a rich oral tradition, passing down histories, laws, and stories through skalds, poets. Sagas and Eddas, written after the Viking Age, preserve epic tales of heroism, exploration, and family feuds. Music and storytelling were vital cultural practices that maintained social cohesion. Settlements and exploration. Vikings established settlements far beyond Scandinavia. They founded towns and trading centers such as Dublin in Ireland, York in England, and Novgorod in Russia. Iceland and Greenland became permanent colonies, while short-lived settlements appeared in North America, Vinland. Their expansion contributed to cultural exchange, trade networks, and the blending of Viking traditions with local customs. Legacy. The Viking civilization left a lasting legacy on Europe and beyond. They influenced political structures, trade networks, and cultural practices in regions they settled or raided. Their exploration opened new geographic frontiers, and their stories continue to inspire literature, art, and modern media. Today, Viking heritage is celebrated for its contributions to navigation, craftsmanship, and storytelling. Viking civilization was complex, blending fierce warrior traditions with rich cultural, economic, and social practices. Far from being mere raiders, they were explorers, traders, and creators whose impact shaped medieval Europe and beyond.